The BEYA Legacy Archives, Road to the 40th series showcases 4 decades of excellence in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics leading up to the 40th BEYA STEM Conference. Each episode is a restored program from past BEYA ceremonies, highlighting engineers, scientists, military leaders, educators, students, and innovators who helped build and sustain the BEYA movement. These programs document how diverse talent has shaped aerospace, defense, energy, computing, communications, and STEM education across generations. Tune in to experience each new archival episode, premiering every Wednesday at 7:00 p.m. Eastern until the 40th BEYA STEM Conference in February 2026. Registration and preferred rates are available for a limited time for the BEYA 40th celebration at www.beya.org. Register today. BEYA, becoming everything you are.
Ladies and gentlemen, our BEYA Gala program begins momentarily. Please take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to the U.S. Military Academy West Point Gospel Choir.
Every time I turn around, the enemy, he attacks me. He tries to steal, take away my joy and take away my victory. But when the enemy comes in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord is sure to lift me up, so I will not be afraid of what he throws at me, 'cause I've got joy and victory. I bounce back every time the devil knocks me down. Bounce back, I bounce back every time the devil knocks me down. I bounce back every time the devil knocks me down. I bounce back every time the devil knocks me down. Every time I turn around, the enemy, he attacks me. He tries to steal, take away my joy and take away my victory. But when the enemy comes in like flood, the Spirit of the Lord is sure to lift me up, so I will not be afraid of what he throws at me, 'cause I've got joy and victory. I bounce back every time the devil knocks me down. Bounce back, I bounce back every time the devil knocks me down. I bounce back every time the devil knocks me down. I bounce back every time the devil knocks me down. Let's get it. Bounce back, whoa, bounce back, I will 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 bounce back. I'm bouncing, bounce back, and my dress mess, bounce back, and my full dress, bounce back. When I wake up in the morning, bounce back. When I tie my shoes, bounce back. When I eat my food, bounce back. When I wake up in the morning, bounce back, whoa, bounce back, I will bounce Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. Might have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me, you can lean on me. Lean on me, brother. Lean on me, you can lean on me. If you need a friend, lean on me, you can lean on me. I'll show you the way. Lean on me, you can lean on me. Please swallow your pride if I have things that you need to borrow, for no one can feel those of your needs if you don't let them show. Why don't you just lean on me? You can lean on me. Call on me, brother. Lean on me. Yeah, yeah. I'll show you the way. Lean on me. Yeah, yeah. See if you need a hand. Yeah, yeah. See, call on me, sister. Yeah, yeah. I'll show you the way. Yeah, yeah. See if you need a shoulder. Yeah, yeah. I'll show you the way. I'll show you the way. Sing if you need a hand. Yeah, yeah. I'll show you the way. Lean on me. You can sing, sing. Call on me, brother. Yeah, yeah. I'll show you the way. Lean on me. You can lean on. So you can lean on
Okay, everybody, time to take out your cell phones right now, because Southwest Airlines has two big reasons for you to do that. And that is a giveaway for 2 round-trip tickets. So listen up. In support of the 2019 BEYA Conference, Southwest Airlines has transported the HBCU students and deans to travel to this conference. Travel awards for the student leaders and HBCU engineering departments and other giveaways. So, it's time for one last giveaway from Southwest Airlines to win 2 round-trip tickets valid for 1 year to any of Southwest Airlines' 99 destinations and 10 additional countries. Take out your cell phones and text BEYA.Gala2019 to 21000. That's BEYA.Gala2019 21000. All right? Winners will be contacted by text with instruction after the show. Ladies and gentlemen, the 33rd BEYA STEM Conference, co-hosted by Lockheed Martin Corporation, the Council of Engineering Deans of the Historically Black Colleges and Universities, and U.S. Black Engineer and Information Technology magazine, and sponsored by Aerotech, welcomes you to the 2019 Black Engineer of the Year Awards Gala, brought to you by the University of Maryland, Baltimore County.
Great design is timeless, but the future always beckons, opening new doors to new possibilities, empowering us to imagine new solutions to the world's most complex challenges. In the future, Lockheed Martin engineers immerse themselves in revolutionary design systems, turning ideas into solutions at speeds we can't even imagine today. Our scientists design groundbreaking materials and define a whole new art of the possible for the solutions we deliver. Our teams work together across space and time, guided by cognitive assistants that put our entire legacy at our fingertips. A digital tapestry makes possible a seamless flow of knowledge, connecting us and all our partners. Humans and intelligent machines work side by side in this factory of the future. Artificial intelligence automates testing and accelerates our journey to first flight. Digital twins of our platforms make it possible to sustain and improve them, even after they've left the factory. Integrated solutions are delivered to our customers to safeguard all we hold dear. Our passion for innovation extends to the generation after next. Great design is timeless. At Lockheed Martin, the future is closer than you think.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the Chairman, President, and Chief Executive Officer of Lockheed Martin Corporation, who Fortune magazine named the nation's most powerful woman in business and one of the world's 100 most powerful women, Marilyn Hewson.
Good evening. It is an honor and a pleasure to be here once again at BEYA. At this wonderful event, we honor the best and the brightest, people who are making a difference in our world through their brilliance, initiative, and heart. Here, we truly stand at the intersection of America's future. BEYA is a place where brilliant minds connect, where young people can find the right jobs, and where today's problems meet tomorrow's problem solvers. At BEYA, we also come together each year to reaffirm the extraordinary potential in every life, and to see how science, technology, engineering, and math open the doors of opportunity for individuals, for communities, and for our country. For companies like Lockheed Martin, the event is also a gateway to building a strong and diverse workforce that we need to advance scientific discovery, to revolutionize technology, and to protect lives. Tonight, as we celebrate outstanding engineers, scientists, and technologists, you will hear many impressive stories about their special journey to success. For those at the start of their careers, we hope these stories of achievement will inspire them as they seek to make their mark on the world. I would like to share with you a story of one woman who found inspiration at BEYA. As a child, Destiny Edwards loved to take things apart and put them back together. She was always interested in the way things worked. And this interest was intensified by Destiny's father, who would often take her to work with him. Destiny's father was an electrical engineer with the United States Navy, who maintained aircraft for the Blue Angels. As he worked, Destiny would watch spellbound. She would also wonder, where are all the girls? Years later, Destiny joined STEM groups like Girls Who Code and began attending BEYA as a student at Florida A&M University. Like her father, Destiny wanted to give back to her country. Through her participation at BEYA, Destiny learned about Lockheed Martin and the important work we do to support our men and women in uniform. She knew an engineering career with us would be the perfect fit. So Destiny studied hard and checked in with us each year at BEYA. And last year, she interviewed and was hired for a position in our missiles and fire control business. And now, Destiny is a systems integration test engineer for our Joint Air-to-Surface Standoff Missile, or JASSM, program. She says that working for Lockheed Martin gives her a connection with her military family. Even though she can't tell them much about the program that she's working on, they know that what she's doing is supporting our men and women in uniform. This year, Destiny is back at BEYA, this time as a professional reaching out to others. Destiny's story is a reminder that every generation has a responsibility to ensure we are encouraging the next generation of dreamers and innovators. For 33 years, Lockheed Martin has partnered with BEYA, and we are deeply grateful to the leaders here who are helping so many young people see how a career in STEM takes them to the intersection of America's future. So tonight, let us celebrate the outstanding contributions of our honorees. Let us strengthen our efforts to advance STEM education. And let us recommit ourselves to expanding opportunity to every life we touch. On behalf of Lockheed Martin, I thank everyone for joining this important event and for supporting all the values it stands for. Enjoy the evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're delighted to have the 2018 Women of Color Technologist of the Year with us. Donna Bell has been with Ford Motor Company for 25 years. She is currently Chief of Staff to Ford's Chief Technology Officer, Dr. Ken Washington, and the Director for the Research and Advanced Engineering Business Office. In this newly created role, Donna is responsible for all operational aspects of Ford's Research and Advanced Engineering organization globally, Please welcome to the stage, Donna Bell.
First, I want to say, wasn't the U.S. Military Academy West Point Gospel Choir that performed at the pre-show absolutely great? Yes, give them another round of applause. 33 years ago, visionaries Dr. Tyrone Taborn and Dr. Eugene M. Deloach began their BEYA mission to increase awareness of the accomplishments of minorities in STEM and gather together industry leaders to commit to continuing to shine the light on these distinguished men and women. These honorees were and are role models for our young people who need to see successes that look like them. For more than 3 decades, the BEYA story has been a continuing history of accomplishment. It is a story of fortitude, inspiration, and belief in oneself. Since 1986, literally thousands of extraordinary men and women in industry, academia, and the military have walked across our stage to claim their rightful recognition. They walk in the footsteps of 2006 Black Engineer of the Year, Linda Gooden, founding president of Lockheed Martin Information Technology, and one of the most respected business leaders in aerospace and defense throughout her 40-year career. The retired executive vice president of Lockheed Martin's Information Systems and Global Solutions business area, and an officer of the Lockheed Martin Corporation, she was responsible for the leadership of IS&GS's 30,000 experienced professionals who provided integrated information technology solutions, systems and services to support worldwide missions for civil, defense, intelligence, and other government customers. Under her direction, this business area generated over $10 billion of sales in 2012. Today, she chairs the University System of Maryland Board of Regents and serves on the boards of GM, Home Depot, WGL, and ADP Incorporated. This evening's honorees walk in the footsteps of Dr. James Edward West, research professor of electrical and computer engineering and mechanical engineering at Johns Hopkins University, who is known worldwide as the co-inventor of the foil electret microphone, responsible for 90% of microphones used today. If you've ever talked on the telephone, used sound and music recording equipment, or wore hearing aids, you've benefited from his invention. And speaking of inventions, Dr. West holds over 60 US patents and over 200 foreign patents for his 40-year career at Bell Laboratories. This year's honorees stand on the shoulders of scientist Dr. Victor McCreary, whose research group developed a prototype of the electronic book reader and a low-cost Braille reader for electronic books. His former group at NIST led the efforts he initiated in the evaluation of CD and DVD media, lifetimes, and the care and handling of CDs and DVDs. They stand on the shoulders of the Honorable Shirley Ann Jackson, the trailblazing 18th president of the Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, who was the first African-American woman to lead a top-ranked research university, earn a PhD at MIT in any discipline, and chair the Nuclear Regulatory Commission. They follow the path created by Lonnie Johnson, a brilliant nuclear engineer that worked on the Galileo space mission at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, the Oak Ridge National Laboratory, and the US Air Force, and holds over 120 patents. But it was an entirely different kind of invention that landed him on the Oprah Winfrey Show. In 1991, his Super Soaker, called the water gun on steroids, topped over $200 million in sales and annually ranked among the world's top 20 best-selling toys. They walked the walk of computer scientist and engineer Dr. Mark E. Dean, the 2000 Black Engineer of the Year. Dr. Dean's research at IBM helped change the accessibility and power of the personal computer. He is credited with helping develop landmark technologies, including the color PC monitor, the industry standard architecture system bus, and the first gigahertz chip, a revolutionary piece of technology capable of 1 billion calculations a second. He holds three of IBM's original 9 patents and a total of over 30 patents associated with his name. They follow the lead of 2009 Black Engineer of the Year, Dr. Wanda M. Austin, former president and CEO of the Aerospace Corporation, dedicated to the application of science and technology towards the critical issues affecting the nation's space program. As the 6th president, first female, and first African-American president in the organization's 57-year history, she is internationally recognized for her work in satellite and payload system acquisition, systems engineering, and system simulation. Dr. Austin served on the President's Council of Advisors on Science and Technology until January 2017, advising President Barack Obama on science, technology, and innovation in formulating effective US policy. She previously served on the Defense Science Board and the NASA Advisory Council and is currently a member of the Defense Policy Board. The USC Board of Trustees recently appointed Dr. Wanda M. Austin as interim president of USC. BEYA's sphere of influence reaches across generations, not only with the rich legacy recognized by honorees with each passing year, but also as an inspiration for the boys and girls brought here to the BEYA Global Competitiveness Conference by their parents and grandparents, aunts and uncles, to witness STEM history in the making. BEYA alumni continue to play a major role as board members in leading companies throughout the nation and the world. Many of their names are scrolling on the screen. To quote Dr. Tyrone Taborn, throughout their careers, they have managed resources and programs worth billions of dollars. It's great to see them in the boardroom selecting chief executive officers, reviewing performance at the highest levels, and offering guidance on corporate missions and planning. They are accounting to stockholders, making decisions that impact millions of people and every American product and service. According to a recent survey, 1 in 5 new board appointees is non-white, with only 22% of new board director appointees being African American, Hispanic, or Asian American. We are committed to increasing that percentage. The U.S. Black Engineer and Information Technology magazine, a career communications group publication, offers a blueprint for continued growth and success by underserved men and women in STEM fields by highlighting progress and people at all stages of the STEM pipeline, from the college student taking his first engineering courses to the senior executive managing the projects that change the ways we live. Tonight, we applaud the fact that diversity and inclusion strengthens our society and our institutions, because when we embrace diversity and inclusion, we all benefit. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, here to MC this special evening is a leading lady of Washington media. For nearly 2 decades, she's been the heart of news coverage in the nation's capital. Please welcome to the stage the anchor of Fox 5 News Morning and Good Day DC, Fox 5 DC WTTG. And now you can listen to her every weekday from 3 to 7 on WHUR, Allison Seymour.
Thank you, Angela. Good evening, everybody. How's everybody? This is a wonderful event. How are we feeling tonight? All right. We are here, and I'm so honored to be back again this year as your MC of this special night of celebration that's really like our Academy Awards of STEM, as we honor extraordinary men and women for their accomplishments that are changing and shaping our world. And as Donna just mentioned, the BEYA STEM Conference has been a 33-year journey, a legacy that began as a vision and has continued to grow on a strong foundation of partnerships and relationships. And to illustrate just how long-standing these relationships have been, just look at the screens for the familiar names of the original silver corporate sponsors back in 1987. And in fact, if you work for one of these companies, would you please stand? Stand up, we want to recognize you. Thank you. Our audience is also filled with so many award winners, and at this time, we invite all past and present BEYA Award winners to please stand. Wow. Wow. We want to get everybody standing, so we'd like your families and your guests to stand up with you. If you're here with award winner, past and present, please stand as well. Thank you. A guiding light of BEYA's trusted community is the CCG Alumni Association. They work behind the scenes, bringing their wisdom and guidance to BEYA and to the Women of Color STEM conferences to help assure their success. And it is my pleasure to recognize the association's officers for 2019. Please stand when I announce your name. CCG Alumni Committee Chair and President, Dr. Gwendolyn Boyd. Chairman of the BEYA Alumni Group, Dr. Eugene M. Deloach. National Chair of the BEYA Military Alumni, Vice Admiral Walter J. Davis, U.S. Navy, retired. Retired Program Manager for Historically Black Colleges and Universities and Minority Institutions for the Boeing Company, Oliver Bo Leslie. Women of Color STEM Conference National Chair, Monica E. Emerson. And CCG Military Program Manager of the Stars and Stripes Committee, Matt Bowman. The presenter of the Career Achievement Award in Industry is Executive Vice President of Government Operations for the Boeing Company. A member of the Boeing's Executive Council, he joined the company in 2008 and leads public policy efforts, including all U.S. federal, state, and local government liaison operations. He also leads the Boeing Global Engagement Organization. Please welcome to the stage, Timothy Keating.
Good evening. What an honor it is to be here tonight, especially to recognize Leo Brooks Jr. His career is a career of excellence, and this is his second professional endeavor. Leo is a retired Brigadier General from the United States Army with 27 years of service to this nation. One other interesting fact is Leo is a member of the only African-American family in U.S. history that included 3 general officers. His father, General Leo Brooks Sr., and his brother, General Vincent Brooks. After arriving at Boeing, Leo quickly became a driving force and a partner with the Department of Defense, NASA, Homeland Security for over the last decade. He's among the top 60 executives in our global company, representing 72 countries with over 150,000 employees. He's a direct advisor to me, to the CEO of the Defense, Space, and Security business, Leanne Corrett, and to our company's chairman, Dennis Muhlenberg. Now, after 12 and a half years, Leah's decided to retire at the end of 2019. But no good deed goes unpunished. I've asked him to lead the efforts to better integrate our subsidiaries and acquisitions across the enterprise before he leaves. I'm proud to present Brigadier General Leo A. Brooks, Jr., United States Army retired, with the Career Excellence Award. Leo, congratulations.
Thank you, Tim. You're an awesome boss and a truly dear friend. I really appreciate that introduction. You know, my grandparents never attended college, but they knew education was a path to opportunity. They inspired and drove my parents and their siblings to never accept average. They would say, work harder than anyone else, do it with humility, and always thank God for the opportunity to just have a chance to try. Among those 10 siblings are 4 PhDs, 9 master's degrees, 9 bachelor's degrees. That education unlocked opportunities for a major general, my father, a college dean, superintendent of schools for all Fairfax County, Virginia, a member of the Vermont State Legislature, and the first head coach of the Washington Mystics. Thank you. I've walked on a path guided by their example of excellence and encouragement. I thank my parents for not accepting anything less than my best effort and doing so while always making me feel loved. And when I think of feeling loved, I would be remiss not to mention my beautiful wife, Debbie, for her awesome support. I love you, sweetheart. In closing, thanks to my Boeing family for a great place to work, and more important, the opportunity to do cool stuff. And thank God, more than anything, for guiding my steps to inspire the next generation. Thank you.
The presenter of the Career Achievement in Government Award is the retired 4-star General of the U.S. Air Force, Commander of the U.S. Air Force Materiel Command, Vice Chief of Staff of the Headquarters of the U.S. Air Force, Director of the Ballistic Missile Defense Organization, and Commander of the Space and Missile Systems Center Education. He is currently a board member of General Dynamics Corporation, KBR Inc., Battelle Memorial Institute, and the United Services Automotive Association. Please welcome to the stage General Lester Lyles.
Good evening. Walter Price has spent over 34 years in the aerospace industry. He has supported many technology programs in several defense agencies, including our United States Air Force and the prestigious Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. His area of research and technical leadership range from the development of advanced cruise missiles, space shuttle missions, and strategic missile defense, to tactical data communications and hypersonic propulsion systems. Walter is driven to make sure that the United States has the most technologically advanced defense machine in the world in order to protect both his fellow citizens and family. Now, speaking of family, Walter has been married for 38 years to Idora Murchison Price, and he's the father of Christian, Danielle, Nathan, Micah, Joe, Caleb, and Kiana. I think I got them all there. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me. I'm proud to present Walter R. Price.
My dad and mom were both educators. The major theme they kept before our family was pretty simple. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. This would be our prevailing theme that drove my curiosity and ultimately my choice of a vocation. God created order, and with some limited understanding, I could understand that order and perhaps be a contributor in science and technology. Working with my colleagues in this community is very rewarding. In 1980, I was navigating jet aircraft with the same tools used by Magellan, a sextant and a watch. I am not that old. By 1989, I was installing the first GPS hardware on the same aircraft. Seeing the phrase Career Achievement Award made me very nervous. Is someone telling me that it's time to retire? I really like what I do.
The presenter of the next Career Achievement in Government Award is the 54th Chief of Engineers and Commanding General of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. He advises the Secretary of the Army and other principal officials in matters related to general combat and geospatial engineering, construction, real property, public infrastructure, and natural resources science and management. As the Army Corps of Engineers Commanding General, he's responsible for more than 32,000 civilian employees and 700 military personnel who provide project management, construction support, and science and engineering expertise in more than 110 countries. Please welcome to the stage Lieutenant General Todd Semonite.
Tonight, I'm so honored to help recognize these amazing award winners, but I'm especially pleased to introduce a combat hero, Colonel Jason Kelly. Jason is both a proven combat engineer and also a dedicated professional engineer who has served with distinction as a commander in the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. He is one of our Army's most professional and dynamic leaders who delivers complex engineer programs, builds cohesive teams, and inspires operational and strategic change. Last summer, I personally selected Jason from a pool of 43 talented colonels to lead our most complex and difficult command, our Afghanistan district located in an active combat zone. He is in charge of building critical infrastructure and facilities for the Afghan police, the Army, and civilian communities to support their struggle for independence while supporting our U.S. deployed troops. Jason has been deployed for over 7 months and just returned home 4 days ago to receive this award. He will depart later this week to finish this one-year tour and continue to deliver this critical $1.1 billion programming, and I'm sure with outstanding results. We are recognizing Jason this evening because he leads by example with outstanding support from his wife, Stephanie, and family. I am so proud to present our hero, Colonel Jason Kelly.
I was raised in a modest home, abundant with care, sacrifice, and high expectations where I always knew that I was loved. As a dreamer, this was fertile ground for me. I've been allowed to dream and encouraged to achieve. I'm a servant, and I've enjoyed the privilege of serving. As a child, I witnessed service in the community. As an adult, I've attempted to dutifully serve my community and my country. At Rollins College, alma mater of Mr. Rogers, there's a marble tablet on display that reads, "Life is for service." I am both a believer and a practitioner. Thank you for acknowledging both.
We wish you well, sir. Godspeed on your next journey. Let's meet the presenters of the Educational Leadership College Level Promotion of Education Award. General Johnny Wilson is a founding chair of the BEYA's Stars and Stripes Veterans Committee and 1999 recipient of the BEYA Dean's Award. He went from an Army private to a 4-star general, serving as commanding general, United States Army Material Command from 1996 to 1999, and the 25th Chief of Ordnance for the United States Army Ordnance Corps. He's been a role model and a mentor to thousands of young people. Dr. Eugene M. DeLoach is the 2017 Black Engineer of the Year. He is Dean Emeritus and the professor of the Clarence M. Mitchell Jr. School of Engineering at Morgan State University. I knew I was going to pause for that. Okay, and National Chair of the BEYA Alumni Committee. Please welcome to the stage General Johnny Wilson and Dr. Eugene M. DeLoach.
Good evening. Though he retired in 2008 from the United States Army as a Major General, after 32 years of service to his country, Ron Johnson wasn't nearly done building his already impressive career. The former Deputy Commanding Officer of the Army Corps of Engineers, who previously supervised over 70,000 engineer soldiers, caught the interest of David Stern, the former commissioner of the National Basketball Association. Stern wanted Ron to use his leadership and analytical skills to head up a newly created position and overhaul the league's refereeing operations, which had been plagued by recent scandals. As a senior vice president with the NBA, Ron instituted a more regimented system of training and accountability and vastly improved the credibility of pro basketball officiating.
Still not done and seeking new adventures, he was recruited to Georgia Tech, where he had received previously a master's degree in systems engineering, to serve as the managing director of the Tannenbaum Institute of Enterprise Transformation. And then he became a professor of practice in industrial and systems engineering. He also serves on several boards, including the Goodwill Industries, and as the national trustee for the Boys and Girls Club of America. We are very proud to present the previous 2008 BEYA Lifetime Achievement Award winner and the proud father of his 29-year-old son, combat engineer, 82nd Airborne Paratrooper, Major General, U.S. Army retired, Professor Ron Johnson.
I grew up in a single-parent home on Chicago's West Side. Like many young folks in my neighborhood, I had no father present or male role model who looked like me. That's my background, but not my story. Junior ROTC and an old, crusty, retired Army warrant officer who saw more in me than I did in myself and dared me to apply for West Point, created a fork in the road and helped me see what was possible. I took the road less traveled and am one man with 3 stories. As an above-average soldier with a 32-year Army career, an executive in the National Basketball Association, and now as a professor at Georgia Tech, who is extremely proud to stand before you. I'm also one of those fortunate people like college professors and college staff across the country who go home each day knowing that I make a difference in the lives of others. My students inspire me, and my hope is to uplift them every day so that their stories will be better than mine. Thank you very much.
The presenter of the Corporate Promotion of Education Award is Vice President of Clinical Training and Fellowship Education for Boston Scientific's Neuromodulation Division. She's responsible for the training and education of clinicians in the use of Boston Scientific's spinal cord simulator products. Her team has developed numerous novel training programs and tools that have contributed to Boston Scientific's significant growth in neuromodulation. Please welcome to the stage, Mona Patel.
We all know education can have a profound effect on people's lives. Victoria Telvis has made a significant impact in educating physicians on using life-changing products for chronic pain. Victoria leads a team of 14 talented individuals and holds 200 to 300 courses annually, touching 3,000 clinicians and bringing relief to tens of thousands of chronic pain patients. She's dedicated the last decade of her career to educating healthcare professionals on selecting the right patients, implanting the device, and inspiring young physicians in their fellowships to provide this option for long-term relief. To present the award with me, I would like to bring up Desiree Rawls Morrison, General Counsel for Boston Scientific. It's my privilege to present Victoria Telvis.
My family came to the U.S. from the former Yugoslavia with truly nothing in their pockets, but yet they knew it was the right thing to do for our family. They instilled such a strong work ethic in me, seeking to understand all things, analyzing, solving challenges, and never giving up. There is no opportunity to complain, but rather to do and to conquer. I am a firm believer of always being restless, never comfortable, and yet always helping others. I am beyond grateful for many things. One, for being here. The other, for my wonderful Boston Scientific work family and Mona. my sibling, my parents, my daughter, Frankie, and my incredible better half, Michael. Thank you so much. This is an honor.
The presenter of the Community Service Award in Government is Deputy Director for NASA Ames Research Center, one of 10 NASA field centers that conducts world-class research in aeronautics, exploration technology, and science to advance our understanding of the universe and benefit life right here on Earth. Please welcome to the stage Carol Carroll.
Mr. Francois Thomas works at the NASA Glenn Research Center, developing advanced space mechanism designs. He is responsible for specimen fabrication, metallography, fatigue analysis, and thermal treatment for nickel-titanium-based materials used in bearings and gears. He also co-leads a NASA team investigating lunar excavation technologies. Francois has demonstrated he is a very strong leader and role model in the STEM community by his volunteering and interactions with young, impressionable students. Although he has his own young family at home, it is very important to him to dedicate time and energy serving his community and the young technologists of our country. I am proud to present Mr. Francois Thomas.
It's been a long journey to get to this point in life, but I'm grateful for every moment of it. I could spend all day telling you how I grew up nearby here, my mom, and how she worked 3 jobs to send me to private school. But the fact is, I made it. With great role models, including parents, family, coaches, teachers, and mentors, I've learned we're all bestowed with a special gift, the gift to choose, to be happy, to be sad, to help or not. I've chosen to help, to motivate, inspire, and uplift our youth. Join me by becoming involved in a youth program. Your impact can be limitless. Thank you.
The presenter of the Community Service and Industry Award is Assistant Secretary of Commerce for Oceans and Atmosphere and acting Under Secretary of Commerce for the Oceans and Atmosphere. Previously a Rear Admiral in the U.S. Navy, his most recent assignment was Oceanographer of the Navy and Commander of the Navy Meteorology and Oceanography Command. During his 32 years of military service, he has had experience in weather and ocean forecasting, hydrographic surveying, developing policy and plans to counter illegal, unregulated, and unreported fishing, and assessing the national security impacts of climate change. Please help me as we welcome to the stage Rear Admiral Tim Gallaudet, U.S. Navy retired.
Good evening. It is a pleasure to be here at the BEYA event tonight, and for that reason, my organization is committed to advancing diversity and inclusion within our workforce. NOAA's mission includes protecting lives and property in the event of severe weather, storms, hurricane, tornadoes, drought, and flooding. And a key element of our capability in doing that mission is advanced weather satellites. The Aerospace Corporation is a key partner in helping us fulfill our mission. And our honoree tonight, Dr. James J. Northern III, has been a senior project leader at the Aerospace Corporation for over 10 years. He chose his field of engineering because he thought it was best for him to be able to apply his curiosity, creativity, and energy to most positively impact society. And he has done a superb job at that, and he's been a role model and an inspiration in that corporation's community outreach. I am honored to present to you Dr. James J. Northern III.
before I get started, I just want to say thank you to my lovely wife who supported me and is here tonight, and then my two beautiful children, Jonah and Jillian. Thank you for being here. So, my mom was a teacher and a single parent of 4 kids. I was the oldest, and much responsibility was placed on me. I read a lot about famous people, but did not know where my talents and skills fit in. Then after my junior year in high school, I learned about engineering through Florida A&M University's Minority Introduction to Engineering program. I was hooked. My mom was proud to see me become a role model for my siblings. It also led to my rewarding career at the Aerospace Corporation in service to my community. My mom used to say when I was growing up, do your best and let God take care of the rest. She was right. Thank you, BEYA.
The presenter of the Community Service in Industry Awards is Vice President of Global Technical Sales, IBM Sales and Distribution for IBM Corporation, having joined the company in 1988. Prior to his current role, he was Chief Technical Officer and Vice President of Technical Leadership for IBM's Growth Markets Unit, based in Shanghai, China, responsible for driving technical sales, innovation, and technical and professional skills development across the 8 growth market regions. Please help me as we welcome to the stage Gary Schneider.
Jennifer Turner is a highly accomplished, results-oriented people management professional with expertise in supply chain management, business data process analysis, and procurement. During her 20-year IBM career, Jennifer has managed global cross-functional teams and billion-dollar budgets in information technology and communications industries. She brings her energy and positive attitude to every new challenge and has received numerous internal and external awards. Passionate about volunteering, Jennifer advocates for women inside and outside of IBM. She also encourages children to try STEM and is a relentless force in working to inspire others and make the world a better place, one smile at a time. I am very proud to present Jennifer Turner.
Wow. I have a passion for volunteering and connecting people, efforts, and opportunity. I harness that energy to bring together organizations that love to accomplish extraordinary results. Over the last 10 years, I bridged IBM engineers, Girl Scouts, and other industry superstars and delivered the Engineering is Fun event that has inspired over 1,000 girls. My daughter is one of them. And she will study environmental engineering in the fall. Why? Because when I grew up, I thought that engineers were men who built bridges. Thank you on behalf of her and the many women I mentor, and as a proud woman and a Delta.
I want to ask if anybody saw my Sora hit that pose off. You saw that? Okay, moving on. To present the Most Promising Engineer in Government Award, please welcome back from NASA Ames Research Center, Deputy Center Director Carol Carroll.
Dr. Wendy Okolo's research interests include health monitoring and controls systems design with application to air and space components, vehicles, and systems. During her time at NASA Ames Research Center, she has developed tools to improve the safety and efficiency of air vehicles in our national airspace and created innovative control techniques for entry vehicles, increasing the ability to land high-mass payloads. In addition to being an aerospace research engineer, she is the Federal Women's Programs Manager for Women at NASA Ames, working to demonstrate NASA's commitment to the recruitment and retention of women. I am very proud to present Dr. Wendy Okolo.
When I was in the 3rd grade, my teacher and class laughed at me for saying I want to be an engineer. I was 6. I told my mother when I got home, and she had a few words for her, but she lifted me up. When I was an undergrad and I didn't do well on a test, I'd call my big sister and I'd cry, and she again would encourage and lift me up. Basically, I've had some challenges, but a large tribe and an even bigger God have lifted me up. I am Nigerian, so I know it takes a village. And because of that village, of my family, my friends, my partner, I am here, blessed and thankful. Thank you. Thank
you. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Chief of Engineers and Commanding General, Lieutenant General Todd Semonite.
What an honor to recognize amazing talent. Mr. Thomas West has spent nearly 10 years working in the geotechnical branch of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers in the New Orleans district. Thomas came to the Corps shortly after the devastation of Hurricane Katrina. He quickly took grasp of the complex engineering mission and made his presence known by immediately making a difference on the ground. While stationed in New Orleans, Tom has unleashed his passion, dedicating his engineering skills to provide flood risk reduction on the massive $14 billion damage reduction system, one of the largest systems in the world. Tom is a shining example of our up-and-coming engineers. His passion, drive, amazing talent, and unmatched professionalism well represents the world-class U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. I'm proud to present Thomas West.
At a very young age, I had a strong interest in how things work. As a kid, I would take apart my older sisters and my toys just to figure out what made them tick. I thought about becoming a doctor like she did, but I was more interested in fixing things than people. It was then that I knew what I wanted to do when I grew up if my NFL plan didn't work out. As a civil engineer, I've had the joy of solving various problems, and I can't wait to see what the future brings. Thank you.
Please welcome to the stage the National Chairman of the BEYA Military Alumni Committee, Vice Admiral Walter J. Davis, United States Navy, retired.
Good evening. I'm here to give you a little report on Stars and Stripes yesterday. Inspiring, motivating, and mentoring STEM youth into STEM careers is mission one for Stars and Stripes. This year we reached a milestone. Our first sustained mentoring engineering students graduate from college or an academy after 7 years of mentoring. And last night, Vice Admiral Mel Williams introduced two of his mentees to the 14th Annual Stars and Stripes dinner audience. These two seniors are both electrical engineering students from Morgan University. One of them, Tiara, shared with us her mentored experience and how it helped her succeed. Her experience validated what we do and was also inspiring and motivating for our active duty and retired volunteers. And yesterday afternoon, I'm proud to say that we had over 180 active duty senior military, SES, and corporate leaders who mentored more than 550 students from 30 high schools in the Virginia, Maryland, and Washington, D.C. areas. That's a well-deserved clap because this is the most students mentored to date. And of all this progress was due to our Legion of Volunteers who are led by Vice Admiral Andy Wins, who you all met, and Senior Executive Service Jesse McCurdy, both I think in the audience tonight. All of you in the audience actually tonight have a part in this. What we have in common is that we all buy into the BEYA vision. We all join the BEYA family. So Stars and Stripes dinner, Stars and Stripes pre-dinner mentoring, Stars and Stripes sustained mentoring, Stars and Stripes capstone, and Stars and Stripes military symposium, and finally Stars and Stripes middle school mentoring are part of that BEYA family. So thank you for your support, thank you for your sponsorship, and thank all of you who volunteer for Stars and Stripes. We'll see you next year.
The presenter of the Most Promising Engineer in Industry Award is Vice President of Global Manufacturing and leader of the St. Augustine Aircraft Integration Center of Excellence at Northrop Grumman Aerospace Systems. The center produces, modifies, repairs, and overhauls military aircraft and subassemblies, and his leadership positions the organization to evolve with processes and technologies. Please welcome to the stage Brian M. Mahoney.
Good evening. Dr. Kim Cross has spent close to 4 years advancing stealth technologies. She has been effective in increasing the technical and manufacturing readiness levels of multiple aircraft materials and components. Kim loves engineering because she gets to use fundamental math and science to solve numerous technical problems. She continuously showcases all the Northrop Grumman leadership characteristics of building and developing teams by implementing innovative strategies to deliver high-quality products and consistently participating in community outreach. I'm proud to present Dr. Kimberly Cross.
evening. I entered high school at 13, standing at 5'9", with all these teachers and students asking, "Are you going to be at the basketball team?" At 17, I stood proudly at 6'1", with more people interested if I could dunk than what I was about to major in. At 22, I was a UCLA graduate student carrying all these heavy binders and books with thermodynamics, and people kept saying, like, "I know for a fact you're on the UCLA basketball team." I am known for my height. The VP of manufacturing introduced himself saying, "You know what? It's really nice to stand eye to eye with a fellow colleague." However, now I'm known as the PhD who was advancing stealth technology, who just happened to be tall. Thank you very much for this honor.
The presenter of the Most Promising Engineer in Industry Award is the Boeing Company Vice President and Chief Engineer for Space and Launch Engineering within Defense, Space, and Security. Space and Launch ensures the technical integrity and success of programs including the Space Launch System, CST-100 Starliner, and International Space Station, as well as satellite programs. Please welcome to the stage, Michelle Parker.
It is my honor to introduce an outstanding young structural design and manufacturing engineer for the Most Promising Engineer Award. At 24 years of age, Tiara Fletcher is already trailblazing an extraordinary career in rocket science at Boeing. As the youngest person and sole woman on the engine section task leading team on Boeing's Space Launch System at NASA's Michoud Assembly Facility in New Orleans, she is already hard at work helping build the most powerful rocket ever created. Tiara is a true inspiration to many, and we at Boeing are very proud of her achievements. I am confident that the best is still yet to come for Tiara.
At the age of 11, I decided to become an aerospace engineer. My passion for innovation, design, and military aircraft became the trajectory that led me to rocket science. Throughout my life, my parents sacrificed their money and their time to allow me to fly high on that trajectory and succeed. The love they showed me also led me to my husband, who is my partner of inspiration and support. Our union led to our son, who inspires me to grow each and every day. My family has made me into the woman I am today, and I attribute my successes to them. Thank you very much.
The presenter of the Dave Barclay Affirmative Action Award currently reports to the CEO of Boeing Global Services, where she leads a multi-billion-dollar global engineering, maintenance, and modifications team for all product lines worldwide. This capability provides engineering and modification support to the government and commercial businesses, and she also serves on the Enterprise Engineering Functional Leadership Team. She's a former BEYA Career Achievement Award winner and recently named one of the 50 most powerful women in corporate America by Black Enterprise magazine. Please welcome to the stage, Joan Robinson Berry.
Well, good evening, Boeing family in the house. And of course, good evening to the BEYA family. Isn't this a wonderful BEYA experience? Yes. Well, Akeem Amon Jones has worked at the Boeing Company for 5 years as a human resource leader. He always pushes the envelope and pushes himself into uncharted territories, beginning at age 11 when he came here from Jamaica. Akeem gained HR experience in an insurance business, healthcare industry, and he is always drawn to this aviation, this wonderful aerospace field because his mother worked at an airport when he was young. And in 2014, he became Director of Human Resources for the Boeing Defense and Space Systems. But in 2016, he moved to his current position as HR Director for Boeing Commercial Airplanes in South Carolina, where he fundamentally changed the culture of diversity and inclusion. It is my honor and privilege to introduce one of my friends, Akeem Aman Jones.
15 times. That's how many times I pursued a career in human resources. My initial goal was to get a law degree, but at age 20, I had a horrible HR experience. In that moment, I realized my passion is to amplify the voices of those that often get silenced. So instead of standing up in the courtroom, I decided to change the boardroom. Simply meaning action, to be an influencer for key policies and decisions that impact those voices. I started as a recruiter and worked my way up, thanks to all who have supported me, especially my beautiful young mother sitting over there. Today, I have 53 mentees across the world. My goal is to prepare the next generation of leaders so they understand my personal mantra, the MINI, M-I-N-I, which stands for the mission is not impossible. Thank you.
You can all remember that. The mission is not impossible. The next presenter of the Day Barclay Affirmative Action Award is Senior Vice President of Human Resources for Lockheed Martin Corporation. She's responsible for the company's diverse workforce of 105,000 workers in over 52 countries around the world. She develops and implements the Human Capital Strategy and also oversees Lockheed Martin's Global Security Organization. Please welcome to the stage the 2013 recipient of the BEYA Diversity Leadership Corporate Promotion of Education Award, Patricia Lewis.
Thank you. I have the pleasure of introducing Vernicia Johnson, a member of our Human Resources team at Lockheed Martin. Vernicia is the Director of Human Resources for our Air Mobility and Maritime Missions, and she is the HR lead for Lockheed Martin's Marietta, Georgia site. She champions our diversity and inclusion efforts and actively participates in our employee resource groups. Vernicia is passionate about education and is an active alumni partner with her university. She works closely with her Delta Sigma Theta sorority as an advocate, I thought that might happen, as an advocate of diversity, mentoring, and development of young women. She is also a member of the Girls Inc. Atlanta Board of Directors. Vernicia is a committed diversity partner at work and in the community. I am proud to present to you my team member, Vernicia Johnson.
My dad worked in manufacturing in a plant, a union environment, and he also owned 2 side businesses. My mom was a secretary who completed college later in life after having 3 daughters and ultimately became superintendent in the prison system. Listening to and observing my parents' career experiences really sparked an interest in me in human resources paired with my own as a teenager. I didn't know what human resources was then, but I knew I wanted to influence the relationship between people and their employers and use it to fuel both individual and company success. I am honored to be doing exactly that today at Lockheed Martin. Thank you for this honor.
The presenter of the Most Promising Scientist Award is the Vice President for Research and Graduate Programs at the University of the District of Columbia. University of the District of Columbia. Right here, come on, Firebirds. We're in DC. He is responsible for the growth, direction, and oversight of the university's research enterprise. He has held similar research leadership positions at the Johns Hopkins University Applied Physics Laboratory, Morgan State University, and the University of Tennessee. In 2016, President Barack Obama appointed him to the National Science Board, which oversees the National Science Foundation. Please welcome to the stage the past recipient of the BEYA Scientist of the Year Award, Dr. Victor R. McCrary.
Vimbai Chikwana joined Dow AgroSciences, now known as Corteva AgriScience, in 2014 with a PhD in chemistry and postdoctoral experience in structural biology. She used her training as foundational to become a trusted leader and innovative scientist who has made valuable contributions and significant impact to Corteva, AgriScience, and the external community. Vimbai is a passionate scientist who has worked with multidisciplinary teams to deliver high-impact results across different functional work groups. Her creativity and leadership extend outside her role at Corteva AgriScience, with engagement in groups supporting STEM initiatives and mentoring to early career scientists. I'm proud to present Dr. Vimbai Chikwana.
I grew up in Zimbabwe with limited options for a girl who enjoyed science. No opportunities were available to perform research in high school, and I didn't know any scientists to inspire me. As an undergraduate, I joined the drug metabolism lab so that I could apply to medical school and my application would stand out. The experience was so transformational, it diverted me from my original plans, and I decided to become a scientist. As a scientist, one needs to have the constant hunger to learn, to never stop asking questions, and to always be persistent. I'm thankful to all those who have supported me on this amazing journey. Thank you.
Now it's my honor to present the recipient of the Research Leadership Award. Dr. Warren L. Davis IV has excelled over 9 years at Sandia National Laboratories as a computer scientist. He leads important, successful Department of Energy advanced scientific computing research and congressionally awarded laboratory-directed R&D projects. Warren's expertise is in machine learning, and he has applied this to domains such as computational physics, biochemistry, and cybersecurity. Warren exhibits all the qualities of an outstanding research leader: a passion for service to the nation, compassion and loyalty for his team, an unquenchable thirst for lifelong education, and humility that makes him approachable and a pleasure to work with. I am proud to present Dr. Warren L. Davis IV.
was a child, my family noticed early on my passion for science. They mentored and supported me, buying encyclopedias, microscopes, computers, and whatever else I would need to fuel my education. Later in life, while I pursued graduate degrees, my graduate advisors supported me by helping me overcome various academic and political obstacles. Today, as a research leader at a premier national laboratory, I have the opportunity to drive scientific discovery while simultaneously advancing the security of our nation. However, perhaps most fulfilling is that I am in a position to give others the same mentorship and support that propelled me. Thank you.
To present the Technical Sales and Marketing Award, please welcome to the stage the Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Leidos, Roger Crone.
Thank you. Gerald H. Gaskins is a proven professional and leader. He exemplifies excellence, whether as a U.S. Marine Infantry officer in combat or as our program manager running large information technology contracts for the federal government and capturing billions of dollars in new business. Consistently chosen for the most challenging assignments, he has never refused to lead where others thought the task was too tough to succeed. His career is best defined by his high personal standards and work ethics, contagious enthusiasm, and willingness to make high-risk decisions to create the best outcome for our customers and our organization. Representing the Leidos Corporation, it is my pleasure to present Gerald H. Gaskins.
Thank you, Roger. I'm very proud to receive this award. I'd like to first thank most of all Jerry Fasano, who made it possible for me to receive this award by applying the resources of Leidos to allow this nomination to occur. When I think about why I'm up here today, I have to acknowledge the fact that my story is not my own. I attribute it to the fact that I've been influenced by a number of people, mostly from my family, but there have been others. First of all, two parents, the name of Melvin and Geneva Gaskins, who made it possible and have taught me to always separate yourself from those who don't have your best interests. In business, I had the opportunity, to someone who was recognized earlier, to work directly for Ms. Linda Gooden, who demonstrated with a personal integrity, commitment of excellence, her intelligence that I considered in business to be contagious. As far as my own family, I've been lucky to have a brother and sister-in-law, Doctors Melvin and Mary Gaskins, who demonstrate to me that real superheroes do not wear costumes. And of course, my two children, Stuart and Catherine Gaskins, who provide the motivation to make money because you have to raise your kids well. And last, and most of all, is Jacqueline Denise, my wife of 37 years, who had the reason why I am able to be who I am today. Thank you very much.
To present the recipients of the Senior Technology Fellow Award and the Outstanding Technical Contribution and Industry Award, please welcome the Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Raytheon Company, Dr. Thomas Kennedy.
Good evening on this great BEYA Awards evening. How about a round of applause for BEYA there? Clifford L. Macklin has more than 20 years of experience in systems, security engineering, working directly with customers from concept development through delivery. He has leveraged his talents as a designer, architect, and technical lead to become a subject matter expert in one of our most challenging and critical mission areas, cyber security. Clifford has helped develop a number of high-priority programs involving GPS, space and ground, Type 1 encryption, decryption, and new secure processor developments. Not only has he had these great accomplishments relative to technology, but he also has somehow found time to serve as a teacher and a mentor. Clifford is also helping keeping the cybersecurity talent pipeline very well stocked. I am proud to present Clifford L. Macklin.
Good evening. I grew up in a military household with racially mixed parents, which presented challenges associated with biannual moves, as well as relationships in the communities with which we interacted. But because of the foundation laid in me, this environment, touched by adversity but fused in love, was an opportune training ground to grow and solidify my sense of self. That foundation was laid by my father, United States Air Force Chief Master Sergeant Eddie Macklin, and my mother, who was a principal, a teacher, and a counselor. Their message was simple: there are no excuses. You are responsible for your destiny. God made you great, and we expect you to use what God has provided. It is with great appreciation and humility that I first thank God. I thank my parents and my wife of 19 years, Nadine Macklin, and my 3 children, who are actively keeping my phone vibrating in my pocket as we speak and they watch online. And I thank you all for this evening. Thank you.
Now, it is my pleasure to introduce the recipient of the Outstanding Technical Contribution and Industry Award. Dr. Adrian Williams has been an invaluable contributor to the maturation of gallium nitride semiconductor device technology at Raytheon. GaN, integrated circuits, produce 5 times the RF power density as legacy circuit technologies, dramatically increasing the effective range and power efficiency of radar and jamming systems. Adrian's work in process development and yield improvement has made Raytheon an industry leader in gallium nitride radar systems, helping the company secure several multi-billion-dollar defense programs. That's pretty good. Thank you. Most importantly, his work on these radars will help protect our nation and our men and women in uniform. I am proud to present Dr. Adrian Williams.
Good evening. So, growing up, I've had my share of adversity. We were poor, we constantly struggled, and lived in fear in crime-ridden neighborhoods. However, my lifelong love of science and ultimately my career in engineering have forged a new, prosperous story for my adult life and for my children. I dedicate my accomplishments to them and stand here before you as an example of what is possible with hard work, dedication, and an indomitable spirit. For those embarking on the study or practice of engineering, you will be immensely challenged. Revel in it and you'll be richly rewarded because, like me, you will be afforded the opportunity to change your life and change the world. Thank you.
The presenter of the Outstanding Technical Contribution in Industry Award is Senior Vice President of the Space and Launch Division of Boeing Defense, Space and Security. His responsibilities focus entirely on space and launch programs for government and commercial customers, including the International Space Station, the CST-100 Starliner, Commercial Crew Vehicle, NASA's Space Launch System, government and commercial satellite systems, and Boeing's participation in United Launch Alliance. Please welcome to the stage Jim Chilton.
Good evening. It's my privilege tonight to introduce Renard Turpin. His skills and passion have helped revolutionize our satellite system solutions. I can tell you from personal experience that great engineering requires a pioneering spirit and a relentless and resilient drive to push the envelope at all times. Renard embodies this spirit. That's why I'm very privileged to be standing on the stage to present him the Outstanding Technical Contribution in Industry Award. Renard takes the attributes I described and he wraps them in a very humble spirit which just elevates everyone else on our team, both frankly his customers, his team, and his bosses. He leads a very diverse and highly skilled team of experts, and as the chief engineer of our commercial satellite team, he works on projects that literally can and will change the world. Indeed, I'd like to share one. He currently is overseeing the design of the O3b Empower satellite constellation. It's named O3b because it's going to bring internet service to the other 3 billion humans on the planet who currently aren't empowered by access to the internet. The women and men of Boeing are nothing but grateful to have Renard among us, lifting us up. I am very proud to introduce Renard Turpin.
As the son of an aerospace engineer and Army veteran from Tallulah, Louisiana, I was determined to become an engineer and determined to improve opportunities for the underprivileged. At the age of 11, my brother and I lost a great father, but gained specific vision and the required focus. Tonight, I honor my father for his inspiration and my mother, Dorothy Turpin, for teaching me to reach further than I can see. Finally, I'd like to thank BEYA, my Boeing, Extended, and also my church family for locking arms with me as we venture to change the world. Thank you.
The presenter of the Outstanding Technical Contribution in Government Award is the Executive Director of the Missile Defense Agency. The Senior Civilian Advisor to the MDA Director, he provides oversight, leadership, direction, and guidance to the staff, ensuring the effective organization and integration of all MDA functions required to sustain an effective ballistic missile defense program. He also serves as a key interface to the Office of the Secretary of Defense, the Services, and the Congress. Please welcome to the stage John H. James, Jr.
Good evening. Mr. Alice Richards is directly responsible for the centralized execution of the Missile Defense Agency's Directorate for Test Policy Development, Business and Financial Management, Contracting, Acquisition, and day-to-day test functional area management. He is clearly an inspiration to others, especially young minority engineers. He helps senior leadership identify exceptional talent in the Missile Defense Agency and mentors women and minority groups aspiring to engineering careers in missile defense. From humble roots, Mr. Richards learned at an early age that hard work and a strong education were the building blocks for a great technical career. his superior performance helps to ensure constant protection of our nation against missile threats. I am proud to present one of the Missile Defense Agency's finest, Mr. Alex Richards.
I'm extremely honored to receive this award. Growing up in a rural, segregated town in Alabama, my mother told me that education was the best way to make something of myself. After much research, I decided to become an engineer. I was told not to waste my time. I should go to work at the local paper mill because people like me don't become engineers. This only made me more determined. So I earned a bachelor's and master's degree in electrical engineering from the University of Alabama and has traveled the world for both automotive industry and the Missile Defense Agency. I hope and pray that sharing my experiences will inspire others to follow their dreams and be successful in their own career paths. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the Vice President of Engineering and New Product Development for Global Faucets at Kohler Company, Angela Barbie.
It is my heartfelt privilege at this time to remember those who have passed on and are with us in blessed memory. Olivia J. Hooker was the first African American admitted into the United States Coast Guard in 1945. A Fordham psychology professor emerita, she was a prominent researcher in school psychology. Dr. Tyrone Taborn recalls the first time he saw her. She and her sister were standing outside their house in the darkest of night. They had locked themselves out and had called my cousin Doris Nicholson for help. Doris and I drove over, and she had me crawl into a small window because they were locked out, says Dr. T. At that time, I didn't know she was a survivor of the Tulsa race riots of 1921 or a U.S. Coast Guard veteran. They were my cousin Doris' childhood friends who I would see on break from Cornell University. Meanwhile, here I was breaking into her house. She was an extraordinary woman. Dr. Sandra J. DeLoach spent over 40 years at North Fork State University as a mathematics instructor, founding chair of the Computer Science Department, dean of the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology, and acting university president. She achieved many firsts during her career, including serving as a principal investigator for one of the first 2 research contracts ever awarded to an HBCU by the National Security Agency. Her pioneering efforts in information assurance and computer science laid the groundwork for the NSU emerging prowess and success in cybersecurity. Bayer winner and retired Army General Johnny Wilson lost his daughter-in-law, Tisha, after a valiant 13-year battle with cancer at age 42. Rudy Horn, a math rock star, was remembered at the 2018 Math Fest of Mathematical Associations of America. A Morehouse College mathematician, he gave so much to the field of mathematics. Career Communication Group pays tribute to Hayward Henderson, a special advisor to CCG's Dr. Taborn. Over his long career in media sales, new business development, and advertising, Hayward worked for the International Herald Tribune Online, the New York Times, PitchBook, Investis Incorporated, Asset TV US, and Strategic Insight. Howard University alumnus Togo D. West was a 2-time honoree of the U.S. Black Engineer Magazine's HBCU Distinguished Alumni Hall of Fame. He set a high standard of excellence in public service, engineering, and the law. And Connie M. Stokes Carter, beloved mother of Daryl Stokes, Amy Chairman and Vice President of Electric Transmissions and Substations at BGE. Bless them all.
The presenter of the Professional Achievement in Government Award is Deputy Commandant for Mission Support at U.S. Coast Guard Headquarters in Washington, D.C. He leads the 17,000-person organization that delivers the systems and people that enable the U.S. Coast Guard to efficiently and effectively perform its operational missions. Please welcome to the stage Vice Admiral Michael F. McAllister.
Well, good evening. So Commander Royce James, or as his students or cadets know him, Dr. J, is a devoted husband to his wife Jessica, father of 4, including his daughter Isis, who joins us here tonight. He's a servant leader who, after service in the AmeriCorps National Civilian Community Corps, joined the Coast Guard through the College Student Pre-Commissioning Initiative, a tremendous opportunity which offers a college scholarship and a guaranteed commission upon the student's graduation. And if you don't mind, I'll insert a shameless recruiting opportunity here. If you young folks in the audience or you know of young folks who are interested in defending their nation, saving lives, keeping drugs off our nation's streets, protecting our economy, or protecting the environment, we are hiring. And we'd like to hear from you. And I have brochures. Don't let me leave with them. But over the past 15 years, Royce has positively impacted thousands of cadets. He used his doctorate research at the Stevens Institute of Technology to establish an internationally renowned plasma physics laboratory for Academy-funded research. And as director of the Science Partnership and Innovation, he has inspired local community partnerships for 45 institutional students and faculty. And because of his efforts, the Coast Guard Academy has had an amazing 35% increase in external research support and a 43% increase in project participation. I am very much privileged and humbled to present Commander Royce James.
Thank you, because none of us get here by ourselves. Dr. Olivia Hooker, where would this country be if it wasn't for the leadership of Black women? Eldest of 8, Mom was the paladin teacher to her siblings at home until her brother was old enough to escort her to school. She became a biology teacher and college administrator, and he was one of the brave A&T 4 that rekindled civil rights on February 1st, 1960 at the Greensboro Woolworths lunch counter. And they bring me freedom's song of a bystander interventionist and cultural competence. I was born on Andrews Air Force Base on Memorial Day, the son of a newly retired Bronze Star Korea and Vietnam Army Intelligence Chief Warrant Officer II. Dad won his hardest fight as an 8 years sober, recovering alcoholic. When I was 16, my beloved father, after that impossible fight, died from Agent Orange, delivered from lung cancer. From him, I am imbued service to my nation, to my family, to each of you, and grit to maintain and to keep moving forward. Thank you very much.
To present the Professional Achievement in Government Award, please welcome to the stage Commander, Naval Facilities Engineering Command and Chief of Civil Engineers, Rear Admiral John Korka, and Public Works Officer, Fleet Activities, Yokosuka Commander Jason N. Wood.
Good evening. Over the past 13 years, Crystal McLean has demonstrated time and again outstanding professionalism, deep passion, and unyielding dedication to government service. She has led environmental organizations in the 3 major branches of the Department of Defense, being recognized both for her individual accomplishments and the achievements of the organizations she has boldly led.
In addition to being a stalwart leader in the workplace, she's inspired others through her voluntary involvement in community service and youth activities. The entire Naval Facilities Engineering Command congratulates Crystal on this well-deserved recognition.
We are proud and honored to present Crystal McLean.
Shout out to them Zetas. In April 2005, I was relieved of my position with parting words that perhaps the government was a better fit for me. I was 5 months out of college working for a private firm, and I was shattered. 14 years later, I stand here receiving a Professional Achievement Award as a government civil servant. Thank you. This award serves as encouragement to the student confused in Engineering 101 or defeated in organic chemistry, or to the employees frustrated in their work environment. Keep striving. I've learned that God directed my path to be exactly where I'm needed for a time such as this. Thank you.
The presenter of the Professional Achievement in Industry Award is Vice President of Operations for Northrop Grumman's Corporation's Intelligence, Surveillance, and Reconnaissance Division within the company's information systems sector. He has executive responsibility for the coordination, execution, and optimization of internal operations and resources to fulfill the division's long-term and annual operating plan commitments. Please welcome to the stage Kenneth Robinson.
Dr. Eric Brown has spent over 10 years working key innovative technologies as a systems architect. He has been a Northrop Grumman Presidential Leadership Award recipient twice and has authored and co-authored over 25 internal patent disclosures, with several attaining trade secret status. Eric is the author of Electronically Steered Arrays, MATLAB Modeling and Simulation, establishing him as a leading expert in the area of phased array technologies. He has exemplified Northrop Grumman values with his technical leadership and innovation reflected in his selection as a Northrop Grumman Fellow, Technical Fellow. I am proud to present Dr. Eric Brown.
Growing up, my parents taught me that the goal of each generation should be to make sure the next generation has access to better opportunities. My parents sacrificed careers and material items to make sure that I always had what I needed. As a child, I witnessed their examples of hard work and never allowing circumstances to become excuses for failure. When I embarked upon my engineering career path, the lessons I learned from my parents inspired me to apply them to my own life. Thanks to them, I am a grateful benefactor of their sacrifice and example. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Thank you.
To present the Professional Achievement in Industry Award, please welcome back the Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Raytheon Company, Dr. Thomas Kennedy.
Over his 20 years with the Raytheon, Cedric Fletcher has repeatedly proven his ability as an engineer, a manager, and a leader. He had worked on some of Raytheon's most high-profile defensive systems, including the AIM-9X Sidewinder, the evolved Sea Sparrow missile, the new Standard Missile-3 Block 2A, which has recently successfully tested on multiple occasions. Cedric currently is Chief Engineer for our Cybersecurity Mission Area, helping develop cyber solutions to protect a billion-dollar portfolio of domestic and international customers. All this while tutoring junior high and high school students in math and science, and also mentoring up-and-coming engineers throughout our company. I am proud to present Cedric Fletcher.
Reared in a military household, I was taught respect, order, and the importance of a higher education from parents that didn't attend college. They made sure I was surrounded by individuals to challenge my intellect, push me to think analytically about issues, and to never think I was less than. But my mom's constant statement of, "You broke it, you fix it," was the impetus for my choosing a career in engineering. While Mom's motivation was clearly a practical one, she could never have envisioned how rewarding that choice would be for me. Thanks to God, my family, Raytheon, and all those who encouraged me along the way. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, here to deliver her Pass the Torch remarks is the Executive Vice President of Global Manufacturing for General Motors, last year's Black Engineer of the Year, Alicia Bowler Davis.
Good evening, everyone. Last year, as the 2018 Black Engineer of the Year recipient, I stood before you at this event, extremely honored and incredibly humbled. Tonight, 1 year later, I stand before you again, extremely honored and incredibly humbled. This past year has been a great ride. I received congratulations and salutations for this award from people far and wide, people I see every day, and people I haven't seen in ages. I was recognized and honored by institutions ranging from employer to alma mater. I spoke at the commencement ceremony at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, where I earned my master's in engineering science and received an honorary doctorate. I also had the privilege to speak with engineering deans and students of HBCUs at the annual conference of Advancing Minorities' Interests in Engineering in the fall, which marked its 25th anniversary. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to support the long-term commitment and efforts of this organization. And I was even invited to speak at the commencement ceremony at my son's high school, where the most important advice was given to me by my son, Justin, now a junior. He said, "Mom, don't embarrass me." That was some pressure, believe me. Last year, I mentioned and thanked all the people, institutions, and organizations that helped me along the way to put me into a position even to be considered for an award like this. In the past 12 months, my gratitude to all of them has only grown. So has my appreciation for this organization and everyone who helps advance the cause of STEM, education for our young people, particularly our young women. BEYA provides exposure, experience, training, and support to the STEM workforce, which is so important in this world of rapidly advancing technology and science. I had opportunities this year to work with a number of organizations that, like BEYA, are committed to increasing the number of women and minorities in STEM. General Motors has partnered with the Links Incorporated and NSBE to help establish more NSBE Junior chapters across the country to provide hands-on opportunities for minority students to gain access and exposure to careers in STEM. I have done everything I can do to advance this cause, to be a champion of STEM education for women and girls of color. And you have my pledge tonight that I will continue to do so relentlessly, and I hope I have yours as well. We will all have a great example to follow in the 2019 Black Engineer of the Year, the very deserving winner to whom I pass the torch tonight, Anthony Mitchell. Congratulations, Tony. I couldn't be happier for you. And now, Tony, this special musical tribute featuring vocalist Miriam Laget is for you.
I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us what we used to be. Everybody's searching for a hero. People need someone to look up to. I never found anyone to fulfill my needs. A lonely place to be. And so I've learned to depend on me. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I live what I believe. No matter what and learning to love yourself. It is the greatest love of all. And if by chance that special place that you've been dreaming of, if it leads you to a lonely place, I want you to find your strength in great is thy faithfulness, O God, my Father. There is no shadow of turning with thee, and thou changest not. Thy compassions, they fail not, and all thou hast been, thou forever will be. Great is thy faithfulness. Great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see, and all I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. Unto me.
Good evening, Mr. Mitchell. My name is Stephen Sells II. I attended the Teen Leadership Academy. One thing that I learned in the academy is to put first things first. Thank you for your support.
Good evening, Mr. Mitchell. My name is Brianna Hill, and I'm a senior at Smithfield High School. This Teen Leadership Academy has taught me to be sympathetic to other people and taught me about vision, which has propelled me to go to college.
Hi, Mr. Mitchell. My name is Cordero Williams, Jr., and I am in the 6th grade, and I attend Spratly Middle School. One thing that I have learned in Teen Leadership Academy is the 24/60 concept. It has taught me to do things proactively and stay ahead of my calendar. Thank you.
Hi, Mr. Mitchell. My name is Lauren Claiborne. I am a younger achiever. We went to the library to learn. We read book reports. Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Mitchell. I just want to say thank you so very much. I get to work with the children here at Six Mount Zion Baptist Temple, the Teen Leadership Academy, Young Achievers. But I really want to say and express to you, thank you so very much for your investment that you have provided to the children of Six Mount Zion Baptist Temple. It is said that God gives you a gift, and Mr. Mitchell, you have a gift. And I love how you're using your gift to give back to the children at Six Mount Zion Baptist Temple. So congratulations to you, and may God bless you and your family.
Good evening. My name is Jerome Barber, and I'm the pastor of Six Mount Zion Baptist Temple here in Hampton, Virginia. And we are so proud of Brother Tony Mitchell for being selected as the 2019 Black Engineer of the Year. We want to thank you for your investment and involvement in this community, and especially what you do for our youth here at Six Mount Zion Baptist Temple. So because the whole church could not come, we want to say,
Ladies and gentlemen, to present the 2019 Black Engineer of the Year Award, please welcome to the stage the President and Chief Executive Officer of Booz Allen Hamilton, Horacio Rosansky.
Tony, I brought notes because I don't think they will let me put in the teleprompter what I want to say. Good evening. What an incredible evening. Congratulations to all of the award winners. You're so inspiring. You represent the best this nation has to offer. And I get to have the best job this evening. I get to introduce my friend and colleague, Tony Mitchell. Tony and I first crossed paths about 15 years ago at Booz Allen. But his story with Booz Allen goes much further than that. In fact, last year, Tony celebrated 30 years with our firm. I will share with you in a moment some of Tony's professional accomplishments because they're really deserving of note and praise. But the reason we're here tonight, and you saw it in this initial video, is that the legacy that Tony will leave behind, the legacy he has already created, is a legacy of people, of commitment to the people he leads, of commitment to the people he loves. And some of those people are here in the audience today. So let me start by introducing his lovely wife, Michelle. His two children, Michael and Martina. Five of Tony's 8 siblings made it tonight. Welcome. And even his pastor is here to join us. So let me start with a little bit of a glimpse into Tony's professional accomplishments. Now, like I said, Tony started at Booz Allen over 30 years ago. To try and put that in perspective, we're talking about the 80s. So for the younger members of the audience, it's good to know that Tony and Madonna got launched in the same decade. In our firm, he is a superstar, and he's on a first-name basis only. If you say, I'm going to a meeting with Tony, everybody knows who you're talking about. So over the years, music changed, and so did Booz Allen. And Tony, you managed to stay relevant through it all and to thrive and to contribute greatly because as an engineer's engineer, you looked at every change as a challenge, not as an obstacle, but as a problem you could solve, as something you could take apart and put back together in ways that work better than before. In a 30-year career, Tony held many jobs. One of the most notable ones, he scaled and grew our presence and led our presence in Norfolk. He went from there to leading our most iconic and oldest business at Booz Allen, our business in support of the United States Navy and Marine Corps. He rose to being the second in command of our defense business, which is about half of our entire portfolio. And today, Tony leads our Justice, Homeland Security, and Transportation business. He's a senior partner in our firm, which means that he is one of the dozen most senior people in a firm of over 26,000 professionals. Tony, quite a career. So it's for everyone to see Tony's accomplishments as an engineer and as a business person. But his real claim of fame, what makes him special to those of us who know him, are his accomplishments as a leader. Tony's dedication and commitment to the people that he leads are second to none. He has devoted thousands of hours, and you saw some of that in the video, to mentoring young people, young engineers and consultants who are just getting launched off
at Booz Allen and throughout his community. Inside our firm, he has been especially effective at developing and bringing forward minority talent, both in the African American community and throughout the technical professionals of color. One of his mentees, an Asian American woman, told me that Tony has been a role model and an inspiration to her throughout her career. This is what she said. She said, "Tony is a leader I will follow anywhere." And when asked why, her answer was as simple as it was beautiful and profound. Because he believes in us. You know, there's no greater gift than you can give somebody than to tell them that you believe in them. It's a gift that will change a life. And in a 30-year career, Tony, you have changed countless lives. You're going to see in a moment. I suspect that is because Tony never forgot who he is, where he came from, and the fact that over his career, people believed in him. I compared you to Madonna a minute ago, but that's an unfair comparison. You're a better singer, for one. But it's unfair because Tony is really the strong, silent type. He is the type of leader that does not look for the limelight. He allows others to take center stage. He gives credit to others. He lets others shine. And so for those of us who've known you forever, Tony, this is our night to take a step back, to smile, and to take joy in watching you shine.
The first time I realized that I enjoyed problem solving was as a young child following around my dad, who was a machinist and an electrician. But beyond that, my grandfather had a small garage, so I was always around my dad and my grandfather. I love automobiles, and it was a real opportunity for me to get an understanding of how engineering and capabilities were applied to drive products. My name is Tony Mitchell, and I've been with Booz Allen Hamilton 30 years. The things that excite me about different technologies and capabilities is that they're all coming together in so many different ways. And what we see is kind of an exponential build, one on top of the other, that both provides a broad variety of ways that technologies can be applied in solving problems, and exciting areas of growth like unmanned and autonomous systems as an example. I believe Booz Allen Hamilton engineers are uniquely enabled to change the world because we focus on both ideas and ideals. We are competing first on the value of the idea, regardless of the level of the individual that's making the point. Our core values, our integrity, our ability and willingness to speak truth to power are kind of all on the table so that the results that we achieve really do reflect what is best. But I think the other challenge that presents for us is how do we ensure that the solutions we build that use those capabilities actually are doing it in a way that are additive and beneficial to our communities and to our nation. When we have teams made up of individuals with very different backgrounds, people listen differently, people have a better understanding and examine the problem differently, and that leads to different alternatives for solutions. That's why I believe it's so important that we include people of color and different genders around the table so that when we are creating these solutions, we are reflecting all of society. This is a place, one, where everybody matters, and second, where everyone has to contribute. I've never had to compromise my personal values to be successful. Even more so, I think one of the reasons I'm successful is because my values match the institution's values. As an engineer, I challenge you to leave your mark.
So ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a standing ovation for the 2019 Black Engineer of the Year, Anthony K. Mitchell.
Man, if you guys wanted to catch me off guard, you did a great job. I guess first and foremost, as you've heard, I'm a morning person and I'm an introvert. And I have to tell you, after the last couple of days, I was sure that by the time we got to this point, I would be drained. Instead, I've spent the last hour and a half leaning forward with this crazy smile on my face because I am just so energized by the stories that I've heard and by the accomplishments of the people that we've seen today and over the last couple of days. This really does feel like a family, and I'm so proud to be part of it. Let's give a round of applause for all the winners, please. Horacio, thank you for your kind words, and humbly I accept this award, knowing that I've had a multitude of advocates from Booz Allen who have expected nothing but the best from me, but more importantly, gave me the tools and support to be my best self. I'm so proud to be part of an institution that strives to do its absolute best for our clients and strives to empower all of our people, to change the world. Thank you also to the BEYA community for the focus on the community of Black engineers that we've all witnessed, and for providing a forum to help shepherd the next generation of STEM professionals throughout their careers. Thank you to my family. I have 8 brothers and sisters, and as Horacio said, 5 of them are here with me tonight. My children, Michael and Martina, and my wife, who I want to make clear is also known as Dr. Michelle Mitchell. I love you each dearly. I'm proud of the individuals that you are. And last but not least, I have to mention my parents, both of whom have passed to the other side. The Reverend James K. Mitchell, Jr., who is a pastor, a skilled machinist, and a skilled woodworker. And Alveda Mitchell, a stay-at-home mother of 9 children, who is also the best servant leader that I know. I'm really proud to be their son, and I'm thankful for their prayers because they literally prayed this moment into existence. I come to you tonight humbled by the committee's decision and honored to have the opportunity to speak to all of you. I know that that's a common refrain at events like this, but those were actually the first words that came to mind. But if I'm truthful, those weren't the very first words. The first thing that came to mind was, "Amazing grace shall always be my song of praise." I'm not going any further. Because we'll be here all night. I'm just letting you know. But I want you to know I know how I got here. And I know who got me here. My Booz Allen colleagues are saying, where did that come from? Within the last several months, as Horacio said, I've celebrated a few important milestones. I've recently celebrated my 60th birthday, and you don't just get up looking like this, you got to work at it. And as Horacio said, 30 years with Booz Allen. And when you reach those key milestones, it causes you to reflect. You reflect on the journey, and it causes you to think with purpose about what's to come. You hit those milestones, and you ask yourself important questions. What have I learned? What would I do differently? And if I could step back in time, what would I tell that 30-something version of myself? And so I'm going to ask you to bear with me for just a bit. Travel back to 1991, nearly 30 years ago, when Nelson Mandela arrived in Washington, D.C., just 5 months after his release from prison. He had spent 27 years behind bars for conspiracy to overthrow the South African government. I fell then into a DC crowd that followed him as he walked not far from here along K Street. I was fascinated by his story. I had first become familiar with his plight while I was in college. That was at a time when apartheid, a system of racial segregation, was still the policy of South Africa, and there was a national debate that was ongoing in the US because of our policy and the investments that many organizations had in that country. But the thing that really piqued my interest was the question, how does a man spend that long in prison and come out not only a whole person, but a well-respected leader ready to transform a nation? He was imprisoned in Robbins Island Prison, a 7-square-mile rock for the most common criminals, murderers, and political prisoners. He lived on a damp concrete cell measuring 8 feet by 7 feet with only a straw mat to sleep on. He was isolated by from his loved ones, forgive me. Only one visit every 6 months, and he would only receive a letter or send a letter every 6 months. But Nelson Mandela was committed to something larger than himself. And I quote, "I have cherished the ideal of a democratic and free society in which all persons will live together in harmony and with equal opportunities. It is an ideal which I hope to live for and to see realized. But if need be, it's an ideal for which I am prepared to die." Mandela entered prison as an angry and bitter revolutionary, but with no resources other than his intellect and his compassion. He transformed himself and everyone around him. And eventually, he became the first black president of South Africa in 1994. And as you may remember, he mentored and developed several subsequent presidents that came after him. His anger could have consumed him, but somehow a belief in the potential of his nation and the potential that he had to play a role transformed him and everyone around him. I bring this to you today because Mandela's story of transformational leadership is instructive to each of us, particularly at this point in time. As a nation, we are struggling in so many dimensions. Increasingly, we are seemingly divided against ourselves, sometimes within our own communities and our own families. Collectively, our confidence in some of the most critical institutions of our nation and our democracy is at a low point. We are dealing with social, economic, and political challenges that tear at the fabric of our families, our communities, our democracy, and our nation. I am sure that many of you, like Mandela, are experiencing anxiety, confusion, anger, fear, depression, maybe even resignation. But I would also tell you, like him, we have to overcome those feelings and rise to lead ourselves first and then lead others. This is a time for transformational leadership. And my call to you is to not cast about looking for the next leader, looking for the next Mandela to fix our families, our communities, or our nation. My challenge to myself and to each of the privileged who sit in this room is to decide what mark you want to leave. We are privileged in this room because we understand the science, technology, engineering, and math. We have all the skills and the capacity to lead and transform ourselves and those around us. We are privileged because we understand the things that bind us together and the responsibility we have for the family members that are not in this room. It really is exciting to me to think that someone sitting in this audience will go on to develop software that could lead to a cure for cancer or invent another vehicle for space exploration. But I am more excited that most of us are going to commit ourselves to be the change, to be the leaders our communities so desperately need. So in conclusion, as I stand here to accept the Black Engineer of the Year Award, I want to leave the next generation of engineers and transformational leaders with the same challenges I would have given to that 30-year-old version of myself. Expect more of yourself. Develop your capacity, yes, as an engineer, but also as a leader and a productive member of our society. Look inward to ask yourself, what things do you need to stop doing? And what things do you need to begin doing to be your best self? Second, give more of yourself to the people that are important to you. Whether it's your family, friends, co-workers, or members of your community, take the time to elevate them. The daily tasks that you complete may make you feel productive and accomplished, but they are never more important than the investments that you make in those people that you care about. Lastly, build institutions and communities. Whether it's a community center, a place of worship, a nonprofit, or a business, our community and our nation need to rebuild our social fabric. Thank you so much for this honor, and have a blessed evening.
I'm going to tell him he had another standing ovation over here. Well, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for being with us tonight. We ask that you please save the date for BEYA 2020. It will be February 13th through the 15th, and it's not too early to start thinking about your award nominations or for our upcoming conferences. The submissions deadline for the 2019 Women of Color STEM Conference is April 30th, and the deadline for BEYA's 2020 is August 31st. And you can also register early for Women of Color. Meantime, continue enjoying BEYA TV on Channel 58 when you return to your hotel rooms in the Marriott Wardman later this evening. Thank you so much for being here. God bless you and good night.